Falling in love makes it so easy to get caught up in the excitement that you miss or even ignore a few red flags.
It's important to be looking out for red flags in new relationships because we often get sucked into relationships based on our relational programming. And so our relational programming is what is developed early on in childhood that really sets the stage.
The way we were raised has an influence on our future relationships and our expectations for them, which means we may miss those red flags if we aren't aware of them. So relationship expert Dr. Elizabeth Fedrick is helping us learn what we should be on the lookout for, starting with communication.
So when we look at the over communicators, they're the ones who are maybe sending the double, the triple text. They're not even giving you a chance to respond before they're already sending the next one. These individuals are often anxious in their relationships, and so they might be afraid that, did I do something or say something to upset you, and that's why you're not responding?
Then there are the under communicators.
They may be, when it comes to like texting or calls, they might go hours in between. They might give you the one-word responses. There's a lot of inconsistency in that.
And when it comes to in-person communication,
does somebody cut you off a lot? Do they do a majority of the talking? Are they talking about themselves most of the time? Those are also red flags to be aware of.
Next, responsiveness to boundaries.
It can be hard to set boundaries early on in a relationship because a lot of us don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
So set your boundaries before you even get into a relationship.
Think of it as a fence around you. It's you saying, this is what I'm comfortable with and this is what I'm not. And if that person continues to push it, that's a really good sign that they're not respecting your boundaries.
Physical boundaries also need to be set.
When you tell somebody that, I don't like to be touched there, or I don't like to be touched so often, and they continue to do it anyway, and this is a sign that they're not respecting your boundaries. And it's important to be aware, this is not a sign that they're just like, oh, they must really like me and they're just pursuing me and like they're really persistent. No, they're violating your boundaries. That's a problem.
And lastly, inconsistent behaviors.
We're looking for actions over words. So if somebody tells you that they're really into you or they want to spend time with you, what efforts are they putting into making that happen? If somebody says they're going to text you or call you back later and they do or don't, that is a really good indicator of the consistency in their behavior as well.
And be alert for breadcrumbing.
Somebody will give you just enough to keep you hooked. They might not give you all of what you need to meet your emotional needs.
We're giving you the red flags to look out for in new relationships.